Home sweet home. I felt relief as I made it out of Terran space and then Holy Order space back to Argon Prime. Argon Prime, after being on the edge of collapse from the Holy Order of Pontifex and Xenon, had now blossomed into a major hub of trade, mining, and production. The Argon had finally reached a point of recovery I had not seen in honestly years. The Argon, for the first time in such a long time, had fleets of fighters, frigates, capital ships, even carriers. It brought such gladness to me seeing such ships once again populating Argon space. For too long, the Gon Industry carrier, the Carthage, had been the only carrier of its class in the known systems. Things were quickly moving for Gon Industries. I had to create an anti-pirate task force and send it to Teladi space. Pirates had become bold due to Teladi's security in the area being called to the front lines with the Xenon, leaving the trading lanes plagued with pirates and raiders. A new border gate defense platform was being created in construction to Holy Order space, only this time large enough to finally be a dam and bulwark to any Holy Order Pontifex ships. Also, our old friend Dr. Feynman with the Cigars Pioneers had informed me that they had already utilized the terraforming technology I had helped them retrieve. They were able to terraform a home world for themselves. Sutton, a people caged to space for generations, finally finding a home. I was relieved to see the Terran technology being safe and reliable, and in the end I was happy for the Cigars Pioneers. However, things were becoming grim for the Gon Industry mining elements in the system The Reach. The Second Fleet was forced to respond to the cock problem I had mentioned a while ago after it continued to grow worse. The cock were increasingly becoming aggressive, causing many of my mining ships to be damaged or destroyed, screeching production in The Reach to a halt. The cock were not prepared for my response and were completely decimated. I knew though from the amount of cock infesting the Reach, a cock nest was probably in system, so the Second Fleet was then tasked with searching it out. The border gate was slowly coming together. The construction of this gate would take time, but once completed it would be the largest defense platform ever created by Gon Industries. A final solution to the constant Holy Order invasions. Everyone knew the Holy Order was up to something. They had been dormant for too long. A move would be made by them, but where and against who was the true mystery. Without warning, a sudden group of Holy Order ships arrived through the gate. The group was made up of only a couple capital ships and a supply ship. This was odd. The Holy Order of Pontifex always sent large attack groups. This group was completely out of place on how the Holy Order operated. Needless to say, the capital ships were quickly knocked out of commission by the First Fleet, but before the First Fleet was able to destroy the supply ship, it jumped back through the gate. This was a very strange move. Many of the captains speculated it was a scout group, while others wondered if the Holy Order was losing their touch. But soon it became prevalent those who thought scouts were correct. The big one. All in Gon Industries as well as the Argon spoke of the big one. The large attack that would eventually come from the Holy Order. This was finally it. Holy Order fighters, bombers, frigates, over 20 capital ships, numerous supply ships poured through the gate into Argon Prime. The small group had been scouts, and when they saw the border gate's construction, the two capital ships sacrificed themselves to let the supply ship back to relay the news. The Holy Order then seized the moment to strike before the gate was completed. My forces were caught out in the open, and I quickly attempted to consolidate my forces. I now had a battle group of 8 behemoth capital ships. It was time to use their combined forward batteries to pack the nasty punch we have come to love. The range of the behemoths are pretty decent, and the battle group began picking off the Holy Order capital ships. During this time, my fighters surged into the incoming fleet, dodging incoming missiles and fire in hope to keep my larger ships from becoming overrun by the Holy Order medium and small ships. The Argon reinforcements arrived from the north, and together with Gon Industries fought the Holy Order horde. The battle fell into chaos. The enemies would charge my lines and be pushed back, only to push back my counter-charge, and so on and so forth, and the battle dragged on. Unfortunately, after a failed push as my fleet pushed back, the capital ship Hermes became separated from the group, leading to it being overrun and shattered to the coldness of space. Yet Gon Industries fought on.
We will fight this chaos and carnage. Gon Industries and the Argon forces are bonded through war and bloodshed. So together we push forward. With the tenacity of those protecting their home. As those so sick of constant threat from the Holy Order. So tired of living on edge. Smiting the Holy Order with righteous justice. Make them regret ever looking upon our home.
During the chaos, the capital ship Hector had also been destroyed, as well as 2 frigates and 3 fighters, resulting in the first fleet falling from 58 ships to 51. Argon Prime was now a graveyard.
What are we supposed to do now? With the border gate crushed before it even had a chance, we are unable to cork the south gate from further hopping laders. The Holy Order still have a massive fleet movement in second contact too. Thank the Maker, they are keeping it in reserve for now. I recommend we double our defenses and blockade the gate. No. We have tried this all before, holding the gate, defense platforms, blockades. All it has done is brought death to our doorstep. People are tired of this war, waiting on edge for the next attack, panicking as another fleet is mustered to the defense from another Holy Order crusade. No. No more allowing the Holy Order of Pontifex to choose when and where to strike, taking a bite out of gone industries, killing our friends, neighbors, and family only to sulk back into their dark corners to rebuild and do it all again. No, now we take the war to them.
Thank you for watching. Something to consider about these battles are, while the losses look acceptable, keep in mind that every capital ship holds over 40 personnel on board, frigates 10, fighters 1 to 3. Between Gone Industries and the Argon forces, over 200 lives could have easily been lost in this battle, if not more, not including what the Holy Order had lost. That is a lot of loved ones, friends, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters lost to the cruelty of war. The conflict was dubbed the Battle of the Border Gate by the survivors and veterans of those who saw it through. Anger could be felt festering within the ranks of Gone Industries. The war with the Holy Order of Pontifex had taken thousands of lives, and death usually only begets more death. The defense platform construction had to be started over from scratch. This was a financial blow for sure. Also, the Second Fleet continued to struggle finding the cock hive, keeping a valuable asset in this system in order to stay on top of the constant arrival of more cock attacks. I hate to do it, but I must. Complaining about YouTube's algorithm is almost second nature at this point. Liking, subbing, and commenting really helps my videos spread. I honestly would appreciate any of the above, and I am so grateful for the growth I have had. It's really all thanks to you guys, and I honestly appreciate it. I have a Discord. Come hang out, ask questions, share stories, look at cock pictures. It's a good time. Link in the description down below. Also, I have an Arma server set up that we can all have fun on. The schedule for that will be coming out soon, so watch the Discord for updates on that. You may make it into a new series that I'm going to be working on. Things are crazy out there. I can't tell if it's getting worse or better. The best thing we can do to combat the crazy is be there for one another, support each other, help each other, and most of all, be kind. Stay safe out there. Peace.